Have you ever met someone, heard their name clearly, and then forgot it just a few seconds later? It feels embarrassing. But psychology says this doesn't always mean you have a bad memory.
Number 1. Your brain prioritizes faces over names. Your brain is naturally wired to remember faces, not names. From an evolutionary standpoint, recognizing faces was critical for survival. You needed to quickly identify who was friend, who was a threat, and who belonged to your group. Names, on the other hand, are arbitrary. They don't carry visual meaning. They're just sounds. So when you meet someone, your brain instantly locks onto their face, their eyes, expressions, and features because that information is useful. But the name? It doesn't get the same priority. That's why you can recognize someone instantly, but still struggle to remember what they're called. 2. Names have no meaning to your brain. Your brain remembers things by connecting them to meaning. If I say doctor, athlete, or teacher, your brain immediately creates an image or idea. But if I say a random name like Daniel or Sarah, there's nothing to attach it to, unless you already know someone with that name. So when you hear a new name, your brain has nothing to hook it onto. It just passes through. That's why names are one of the hardest types of information to store in memory. They're abstract, random, and often disconnected from anything familiar. Unless you actively link them to something, they disappear quickly. 3. You're not actually paying attention. This one is uncomfortable, but real. When you meet someone new, your brain is usually focused on you, not them. You're thinking, do I look okay? What should I say next? Am I being awkward? So when they say their name, you technically hear it, but you're not fully processing it. It's like hearing a word in the background while your mind is somewhere else. And memory doesn't work without attention. If your brain isn't fully present in that moment, it simply doesn't store the information properly. So later, when you try to recall the name, there's nothing there. Number 4. Anxiety blocks memory formation. Social situations can trigger anxiety, even subtle anxiety. And when your brain is anxious, it shifts into a kind of survival mode. Your focus narrows, your heart rate increases, your brain prioritizes immediate interaction over long-term memory. In that state, remembering details like names becomes less important than simply getting through the moment. That's why you might forget names more often when meeting someone you want to impress, being in a new environment, talking to someone you're attracted to. Your brain isn't failing. It's just prioritizing differently. Number 5. Your brain didn't repeat it. Memory strengthens through repetition. When you hear a name once, it's fragile, easy to lose. But when you repeat it, even once or twice, your brain starts to store it more securely. That's why people who are good with names often do something simple. They repeat the name during the conversation. Nice to meet you, Alex. So, Alex, what do? It feels small, but it signals to your brain, this matters. This matters. Keep it. Without repetition, most names fade almost immediately. 6. You never created a mental link. The brain remembers best through association. If you meet someone named Rose, you might picture a flower. If someone's name is Michael, you might link it to someone you already know. These mental connections give the name a structure in your memory. Without them, it stays abstract. And abstract information is easy to forget. People who remember names well aren't magically better. They just give the brain something to hold on to. So if you forget names easily, it doesn't mean you're careless or unintelligent. It means your brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do. Prioritize what feels important in the moment. The good news? With a little attention, repetition, and association, you can train it to remember better. Because remembering names isn't a talent, it's a habit.